So a couple of days ago I had an oil leak on my Suzuki Vitara. I jacked it up and I found out it was the wheel bearing that was gone, allowing the oil to pass out on through the hub. Looked on YouTube to see if there's any videos of how to do it, because I couldn't get the half shaft out of the hub. Everything was loose, but it was seized in the stub. So I'm going to show you quickly the way that I did it. So I was watching a few videos online to see if there was an easier way of getting it out, because the bearing itself, the outer race, was seized in the end of the axle tube, meaning that it was impossible to get the axle or the half shaft out with the hub. It was just seized in there solid. So I watched a YouTube video, and a guy, it was on a Suzuki Jimny, which is relatively close, I suppose. So he put the wheel on there, he put turned the wheel nuts on a couple threads, and he pulled on the wheel as if it was acting like a slide hammer, and it popped the axle straight out. But that didn't work for me, unfortunately. So what I did is I had an old brake disc which I had from the front axle, which obviously fits perfectly onto the rear hub. So I just slid that onto the hub there, did all the wheel nuts back up so it was tight, and I got the hammer and I just beat the back of the brake disc, and that popped the half shaft straight out. No issues at all. Because the problem you have when it's on the vehicle is that you've got the backing plate for the brakes, which stops you from being able to hit the back of the hub properly, so you can't get any leverage on it to hit it anywhere. So with that extra surface area to hit with the brake disc on there, it pops straight off. I'm a HGV mechanic by trade. I've got lots of tools, but they're all at work in my workshop, so I don't always have access to them. Well, I could do, but I don't tend to bring them home with me. But what I do have is a small toolbox in the back of my Vitara, which I use for green laning to get me out of trouble, do any jobs that I need to do at home. So I kind of pride myself on doing jobs at home with limited tools, which I think it's good to be able to do that, because you haven't always got the tools to hand that you need. Like the ideal tool would have been a hub puller, I guess, for this, but I had to make do with what I had. So what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and remove the old bearing race with only a hammer and a small chisel. I've got no form of heat or anything, so I'm going to see if I can do it, and I'll let you know the results. Just wrapped a rag around the end of the splines of the half shaft so it doesn't damage the splines. I'm resting it against the wall there so it doesn't move when I hit it, and I'm just going to get the chisel in the gap there between the race and the spacer where the hub seal fits, and I'm just going to hit it and see if I can get it to move at all. So that was on there pretty tight. So what I had to do was I had to cut across it with the angle grinder and split it. And I'm probably going to have to do the same with the bearing race, but there's not as much room to get the grinder in there because of the bracket here. But I'm going to try again and see what I can do. I've just done the same with the bearing race. I had to use like a flappy disc sanding pad on it because I ran out of cutting discs. But I went across like this. If it will focus. Went across like this with the grinder, which took quite a bit of metal off, and then just got my punch or my chisel here and just hit it only a couple of times, and then it split it, and now it's fallen straight off. So that was nice and easy. Unfortunately, I did damage this old mounting plate when I was trying to get it off the hub. So I split it there with the chisel, and the seal's damaged, so that's all I can do for now, until I order a new one. But I want to give all that a good clean off, and then I will make another video when I get the new bits, and I'll show you how to fit it. Thanks for watching.